Guys, if you work a 9 to 5 right now and you're trying to get shredded, the problem isn't your lack of time. Yeah, it's simply that you haven't set up your day properly. And you wake up, you're rushing, you're mindlessly snacking on whatever's convenient. You tell yourself you're going to train after work. And then by the time you finish, you can't be asked. You're tired, you're hungry, you're stressed, you're relying on motivation to actually make good decisions. But if you actually structure your days properly, getting lean and staying in shape becomes very, very easy. Yeah, because your meals are planned before you're starving, your training gets done no matter how you feel. And everything is actually prepared for the following day so nothing slips up. And I've been that person saying that I don't have the time when work got in the way. Yeah, and I've learned this myself when trying to shred down, trying to diet down around work. Them days that I left by chance were literally the days where everything slipped, everything fell off. Okay, but once I actually had a repeatable system in place that actually worked around my schedule, things actually started to move forward. All right, because I couldn't just keep hoping to feel motivated after work. Like that just doesn't happen. Yeah, that doesn't happen. I had to actually set up my days so the right things were in place that actually allowed me to stay around that 8 to 10% body fat range whilst working. So I'm going to break it down into 4 simple systems that actually built around you to get lean around real work schedules. Yeah, whether you're working an office job right now or plumber or in a trade or in retail, like whatever, guys. Yeah, like this ain't some fancy influencer routine, but if you actually follow this, I'm telling you now, you're going to be able to stay in shape and actually progress with your physique. And the 4 blocks I'm going to go into, guys, are very, very simple. It is a morning setup, it is workday nutrition, it is a training block, and it is a wind down protocol. Yeah, so the first thing you want to be doing is setting up your mornings for success. All right, you need to be getting a morning start. Like if you start your work at 9, for instance, right now, you want to be getting up around 3 hours prior to when you start. Yeah, that you're gonna actually buy back a lot of time. I know for me, guys, a few years ago, I used to start work at 6 and I'd be waking up at 5:30 and rushing for the train and snoozing and unprepared. Yeah, not knowing where anything is, scrolling my phone first thing. So just make sure you get a routine in place. All right, it's going to give you a lot more clarity. It's going to give you a lot more preparation. Another thing I wanted to quickly add is make sure you're hydrating your body upon waking. All right, far too many people go into their day miserable and groggy, and it's because they're dehydrated. Yeah, so make sure you're hydrating upon waking. And in them 3 hours, you actually want to be stacking wins. You actually want to be growing as a person. You actually want to be doing something that is literally moving you forward. That literally could be getting the gym boxed off first thing. It could be getting your steps in. Yeah, your cardio. Maybe you're in a office job right now. You're not super active. So get your cardio boxed off. It could be prepping your meals. All right. It's going to vary from person to person. But just get the hard things done in the morning. And trust me, you're going to go into that day with a lot more energy. Yeah, and high frequency. And just start your day off with some wins. It is literally going to determine how the rest of your day goes. Now, the next thing is your workday nutrition. Okay, this needs to be absolutely dialed in. If you actually want to get lean and stay lean, it is absolutely essential. You can't be winging it. You can't be guessing. You can't be going through your workday eating fucking Tesco meal deals and doing calf runs and random snacks throughout the day and then wondering why nothing is progressing, nothing is changing with your physique. Right? Anyone that actually holds their condition, actually stays in shape, more than not, often has a formula. They prep their meals. They make sure they're actually staying on track with their calories, with their macros. You know, so either before work, prep your meals in that morning routine, or maybe after work with your dinner. Just prep. Yeah, what for me personally, guys, what I like to do is on Sundays and Wednesdays, I like to actually just prep up for the week. I like to batch everything up for the week that actually keeps me aligned with my goals, all right? Because otherwise it is so easy to fall off. And don't be embarrassed walking into work with your meal containers. Yeah, people may call you weird at first and gay, and you might get all this, all right? But just let them go to the calf and have their bacon sarnie and stay average. Yeah, if you actually want elite results, my advice is just batch up, all right, for the week. Yeah, like, and don't say you don't have the time. I used to say it all the time whilst mindlessly scrolling Instagram and watching hours of Netflix. Like, you 100% got the time to fit in. It doesn't take that long. And make sure you actually get your macros dialed in. Yeah, you want to be eating good. You want to be eating from clean fuel, you know, whole foods, none of this processed shite. And this is something I actually do with my guys inside Elite. Yeah, I just give them a simple 365 nutrition structure that actually keeps them looking sharp and lean. And they just build it around their meals through whole foods, and it just keeps them on track with their custom macros. But guys, just don't wing it, all right? Don't wing it, because I'm telling you now, it is not enough to be eating clean. It is not enough, you know, to be just tracking calories. Like, you want to actually build your meals aligned with your goals, yeah, with the physique that you actually want to achieve. So make sure you actually get your macros dialed in with the right proteins, with the right fats, with the right carbs, to ensure that you're actually staying consistent when life and work gets hard, because it happens, guys. All right, it happens. And like I said, it is very easy to fall off. And the next thing I wanted to touch on is training. Okay, now the first thing you want to be doing is getting a fixed schedule in place to begin with. Yeah, you can't just finish work and go home and sit down and scroll and maybe have a quick nap. That is what I used to do, because you're just relying on motivation. And trust me, motivation is not going to save you. So just get a fixed schedule in place. Go to the gym at the same time. Yeah, there is no right time. Again, everyone's different. Ideally, if you're struggling right now, just go before work. Get it done. Get it boxed off first thing. Yeah, or if you're going after work, maybe bring your gym clothes with you. Yeah, and just get in there for 45 minutes to an hour and just give it your all. Train like an absolute psycho. Yeah, you want to be giving your body enough stimulus to actually grow. Showing up simply isn't enough, all right? You want the right intensity there. You want the right preparation, the right execution, yeah, in them sessions. And you just get it done no matter what. And again, this is where structure is essential, all right? You can't be just going in there and winging it if you actually want an elite physique. Yeah, you can't be just jumping on any old machine that's free, all right? You want an actual proper program that's actually aligned with your goals. Yeah, if you want to look lean, if you want to look aesthetic as fuck, you're going to need some structure into your workout. So don't go just copying any random influencer's workout online. All right, get a routine, get a proper program in place for your current position from a physique standpoint to actually ensure that you're getting the most time out of the time that you're already putting in. All right, because everyone knows that guy that has literally been going to the gym for years, or maybe is in your gym right now and he looks exactly the same. Yeah, so actually build structure around your training. Yeah, like to ensure that you're actually getting results. Or maybe go and get around someone who actually has the results, who actually knows what they're doing. Yeah, is literally going to fast track the results, okay? And finally, you want to get a wind down process. Yeah, a PM process. You have the AM process, but you also need a PM process. It is just as important, because this is actually going to allow you to prep for the following day. So that could be prepping your meals. That could be leaving your gym bag out, your clothes, your supplements, so they're ready for the next day. Yeah, so you're going to the gym first thing in the morning. You're letting it become a habit, all right, through repetition. But this is also where your body's actually recovering. Yeah, in them evening hours, all right? So don't just be scrolling your phone in bed to the early hours of the morning. Like, stay off your phone. Have the same wake up time, have the same wind down time. Just make sure it's actually in place and just prioritize your sleep. Yeah, you want to be getting at least 7 hours sleep, maybe 9 hours, maybe doing some reading. What I actually like to do is sit with a bit of stillness. Yeah, just calm your body down, actually relax, actually let your body repair. All right, it doesn't need more stimulus in them hours. and just prioritize your recovery. All right, you're going to lower your stress. You're actually going to see more progress in your physique a lot faster. Yeah, and that is my 4 block framework. All right, the morning setup, the workday nutrition, the training block, and the wind down protocol. It's simple, it's repeatable, but that is exactly why it works. And people will watch this and still blame work and time and stress and being busy. But the truth is, if you can find the time to scroll, if you can find the time to watch Netflix for hours and go to the pub for a few pints and waste hours every week, you can definitely find the time to actually prep your meals, to train, to get your steps in and actually protect your recovery, protect your sleep. All right, it doesn't need to be perfect. But if you actually want to stay shredded, if you actually want to stay in shape, you just need simple standards that literally don't disappear the second life gets a little bit busy, all right? Because it does. So set up your days for success. Yeah, execute the basics and just have that structure in place. And if you actually want help building this literally around your own routine, your own work schedule, there is literally a link below to my elite program. But guys, I hope you took some value from that video. Subscribe, like. If you have any questions, you can comment below. But other than that, guys, you can shoot me a message over on my Insta, Charlie Cooley Fit. But other than that, thanks for watching, guys, and let's go.